Okay, now that you are done teaching the procedures for classroom management, teaching your procedures, now we're going to talk about how to quiet a class. An example of explaining. You need to explain to your class that when you raise your hand or at the tap of the bell, the students are to freeze, turn and face the teacher, and then you are ready for instruction. And then we will model this. So I'm going to go ahead and model. We're going to practice. And then 2 says you're going to rehearse the procedure by having students visit quietly for a few minutes and then raise your hand or tap the bell. Ding, ding, ding. And then 3, reinforce the procedure by correcting any mistakes or giving praise for following the procedure. Then rehearse again and again and again until it is done perfectly. So we're going to practice in class now. So let's say, go ahead and talk. Talk. So we're chatting. Oh, hey. Well, give me 5. Thank you. Okay. Exactly how it's done. If I say give me 5, class turns, stops what they're doing immediately, and then they're ready for instruction. An example of a signal system. Now again, you don't have to use this exact one, but this is just an example. If you're ineffective, it'll be just like, okay, we're about to go get started. Oh, I need to sharpen my pencil. I have to go to the restroom. I need Miss Parker. Everybody's just doing everything all at one time. That's ineffective. For an effective teacher, you can, if they need to sharpen their pencil, 2 fingers. If they need to go to the restroom or get water, 3 fingers. I've even seen the restroom signal, the sign language signal. Talking to the teacher. Oh, I have a question. 4 fingers. And then if you need help. Oh, I need help with the question. 5 fingers. So then, again, that's something that you would practice. So let's just say, oh, you have to go to the restroom. 3 fingers. Because you have to go to the restroom. What if you need to sharpen your pencil? Good job. 2 fingers. I need help with the question. 5 fingers. Good job. Some procedures that need to be taught and practiced and taught and practiced and reinforced and explained over and over because you're doing this every day. How to enter the classroom. How to listen. Yes, they have to be taught how to listen. And how to answer discussion questions. Keeping a neat desk. Yes, that's something that has to be taught. Asking questions for understanding. Some people don't ask questions to understand. They sit there and they're shaking their head. Yeah, I got it. And then you look at their papers. No, they don't have it. So you need to teach them how to ask questions for understanding. Knowing the schedule. When you're out, when you're tardy or absent, they need to know what they're doing. If they come in late, they need to know what they do if they miss the day. Where they're turning in the papers. Their heading on their paper. I know for me it would be name, date, class period. Those are important. First and last names. Attention. Walking in the hallways. That's a big one. They need to know how to walk in the hallways. Most of the time hallways are silent hallways because other classes. So they need to know that this procedure, no talking in the hallway. Emergencies. So your fire drills. Your intruder drills. Your bad weather drills. If someone gets sick drills. We need to know every emergency. What to do if your pencil breaks. Saying please, thank you, bless you when they sneeze. When you're finished early, what can you do? What do you do? When someone visits the classroom, what should you do? When there's an announcement that is made, when the announcements are going off. If you become sick, how to ride the bus, going to and from lunch, and how to use the bathroom. These are all procedures that must be taught, practiced, reinforced on a daily basis until they become routine. Now, what do you do for your students who are not following directions? Okay, I want you to tell me. Go ahead. What are some things that you do for your students who are not following directions? Do you clap? Hey, what are you doing? Do you go over and tap them? Do you write their name on the board? Oh, MJ, you're talking, so you miss out on recess. An easy way to do it and to take notes is, instead of writing the names on the board and clapping and doing everything, just write them down in the book. Today, January 12th, 2019. These people were talking. Parent conferences. Oh, on the 19th he was talking. The 20th he had got in trouble. 21st he got in trouble for doing the same thing. There's your documentation. That you've told them, you've warned them, and you've reinforced the behavior that they're supposed to have, and they're not doing it. So parents can say, you're picking on my child. No, I'm writing it down every single time that he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So there's documentation. How do you keep noise level to a minimum? Okay? So when they're working, they're doing their independent work, or even in their group work, you play classical music at a low level, and they can't talk over that level. If you have a question, if somebody's talking, you just go up to them and say, oh, do you have a question? And the answer should be no, because they're talking. So that means that they should have a question. So there you go. Nip it in the bud by talking, asking questions. Do you have a question? No? Oh, okay. Well, you were talking, so you must have a question. Another one. Homework. Who has trouble with homework and getting it back on a timely manner? Well, pink slips. Give them a pink slip. You didn't do your homework on this date, and then but you're going to have to eventually get it done. So students that are not allowed to sit passively, they can't just sit and not turn in their homework. They are still required to take responsibility for their actions by completing a pink slip when homework is not turned in. And even then, you could also make them do the homework in class. So if there is a workstation time, oh, no, you have to do your homework before you can go to a workstation. There's center, oh, no, you can't go to centers. You need to finish your homework that you did not do last night. Oh, no, computer time. You need to do your homework before computer time. So the pink slip, again, is your documentation. Parent conferences. Oh, he hasn't done his homework in 3 or 4 consecutive days. Oh, he's never turned in a homework. Documentation. And we want to control the amount of time you spend on discipline. When you have these good, effective classroom management strategies, you limit your discipline problems. You build those positive relationships with your students. You know you have enforceable limits and enforceable statements. You share the control. You implement disciplinary interventions that stop the undesirable behavior in the infancy. So at the very beginning, you stop that behavior, and then you avoid the need for consequences, and then you delay those consequences. All right. Now, exit ticket. Ooh, exit ticket. For your exit ticket today, we are going to be doing a 3, 2, 1. On one of the exit snippet, I want you to write 3 things that you currently do for classroom management. So I want to know 3 things that you currently do. 2 things, I want you to tell me 2 things that you will introduce or do in your classroom. And tell me 1 thing that you may need help with to enforce. So something that you might not feel you're very strong at. What can we do to help you to make sure that you have effective classroom management. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 minutes just to begin with. 3 minutes to write your exit ticket. So 3 minutes. 3 things you currently do. 2 things you will introduce or do in your classroom. And 1 thing that you may need help with to enforce. Okay, you have 3 minutes. Timer is already going. Again, I will be walking around, making sure that everyone is completing their exit slip. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Two minutes. One minute, 20 seconds. Remember that the 2 things that you would like to introduce in your class. When I'm doing my walkthroughs, these are things that I would definitely look for, because you're saying that you will introduce them in your classroom. So things that you know you will do. Even if it wasn't in the PowerPoint, tell me something that you believe is going to be an effective classroom management strategy. Write it down. And then again, 1 thing that you might need help with. Everyone needs help. What would be your area of need? 30 seconds. $15 seconds. Five, 3, 2, 1. Time up. All right. So now that your exit tickets are complete, as you walk out, I will collect the exit ticket, make sure your name is on them, so that way I know who they belong to, so that when I am doing my walkthroughs, I can know, oh, this person said that they are going to make sure that they review the entrance. So when I walk in, your entrance to the classroom should be flawless because you are practicing this. Oh, Miss Houston said that she is going to make sure that she is working on the behavior and increasing the positive communication in class. So again, these are things that I will be checking for on my walkthroughs in classrooms. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.